Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Dan. And today, as you can see, I'm still continuing my Disney movie marathon where I'll be talking about the movies, obviously TV shows, merchandising, theme parks, I don't know, whatever the case may be. So, okay, I just thought I'd just talk about something Star Wars related again, as you can see here, folks. And it's very similar to some of the previous videos I just got to doing not that long ago. And in this regard, it's the Eastern Orthodox Christianity, to be more specific, and the other branch of Christianity. And someone from there wants to say a thing or two about the Force Awakens. Again, with the religious people. Oh. So I know this film became one of the most controversial films in the franchise, but that's completely irrelevant to the topic at hand. Because I know the fan base didn't really care for this movie, but again, that's besides the point. Whether I like the movie or not is besides the point. Whether the fan base likes the movie or not is besides the point. That's not going to be the topic of discussion here whatsoever. All right, just to be perfectly clear. I'm just going to be talking about, of course, the misconception of the movie in regards to this religious people and how they're just completely and utterly wrong about this movie. And while yes, I do believe that the movie is one of the better Star Wars films I've seen over the years. Yes, and I do think that it is a better film than the prequel trilogy, but in some ways, like I just said, that's kind of besides the point of this video. So just throwing it out there. The code I'm going to be reading off from is from this side here, folks, in case anyone wants to know. So, okay, just on with the article. I'm going to do my best, just keep trying to keep this short as possible because again. I just feel like I'm repeating myself here because, and in the general consensus of all this just comes off a lot of it the same with some differences here and there. Anywho, according to the article, this one right here, popular culture is going crazy for Star Wars. Well, yeah, because Star Wars is a popular franchise, so okay. Count me in among the millions of people who cannot wait for the latest installment, Star Wars The Force Awakens. How does an Orthodox Christian respond to Star Wars: The Force Awakens? Uh, just watch it. I don't know how to frame it that way, but okay. Anyway, goes on to say that that's an easy answer, which yes it is, but the problem here is that the way you can explain things just makes no sense, and that's kind of why I'm talking about this here. Anyway, one of the more progressive beliefs that the Orthodox Church holds is that we can learn from the wisdom of the world even when it's not specifically Orthodox. Like, okay, so you can be somewhat open minded to other points of views. Is that what you're getting at? I don't know. But it is said that reminds us that I guess, that we would engage in secular culture and and extract truth from it. The 14th century Fox of the church writes, so we, if wise, take from the heathen books whatever benefits us and is aligned to the truth and shall pass over the rest, and just in thorny rows we avoid the thorns from the writings, as though these we gather everything useful and guard against the whatever that what is it just esteemed sinful. Okay, that doesn't tell me anything, but okay. I mean, yes, you could be in a really bad situation. Like, for example, like, there's somebody that's lying about something. Maybe there's somebody that's a manipulative liar. Maybe there may be some truth in that somewhere. Like how maybe someone lies about that they're let's say that there's a cheater that wants to cover up the fact that he or she cheated, and the cheaters, of course, cheating is wrong. We all know that adultery is wrong, of course. But the cheaters say something in lines that, oh yeah, smoking cigarettes continuously can create cancer. That's true. So even some bad people can say some truthful things at times. That happens. That's true. But I don't see how something like this is related to Star Wars. Like, yes, sometimes the best parts of fiction have some truth in it. Like, for example, like Star Wars is basically what the original trilogy of Star Wars is basically World War II and the Star Wars prequel trilogy is basically World War One, and then the sequel trilogy, the one with Ray in it, is basically like the aftermath of World War Two, at least to some extent. So yes, this may be a fictional world with sci-fi stuff, but there's some elements of truth in there somewhere. So again, what are you getting at? I'm confused here. Right, as the article will continue to say that canon Orthodox Christians follow the words said by a certain individual and take whatever benefits us and is aligned to the truth from Star Wars movies. And the person says, yes, you bet. I mean, okay, yes, there's a lot of people that are expired by Star Wars and want to do the right thing. That does happen, sure. As an individual, it was stated in this here in this article, God is not the prison of his own church. Prisoner, I mean. I mean, what do you mean God is not the prisoner of his own church? What are you talking about? Therefore, to find what is good and what is true in Star Wars, we all needed to strive to see the world through the eyes of the church and practice some of the common sense and whatnot. Which is kind of a weird thing to say because you don't necessarily need to be part of the church to have common sense, but okay. But anyway, yada yada yada, so on and so forth. There's some legends that could lead from Star Wars. There's some viable lessons from Star Wars through the lens of an Orthodox perspective. So okay. So in other words, the light of Jesus and not the Force. The world of Star Wars revolves around this mysterious energy field, the Force. Jedi Master Yoda describes the Force as a type of secret knowledge. Well, except he didn't say that, but okay. He never Yoda never said that the Force was some kind of secret knowledge. If you're talking about the Jedi text, then maybe. If you're talking about this Jedi text, which was does that was actually mentioned in the sequel trilogy. That was never mentioned, not really in the original trilogy nor the prequel trilogy, but that was brought up in the sequel trilogy. If you're referring to that, then yes, that's true, but not the Force itself. But anyway, moving on. Apparently, Yoda would go on to say that it's some kind of secret knowledge, and in this impersonal power that controls the world and guides human destiny. Which again, that's a lie. He never said the word. Just anyone that wants to be a Jedi, anyone that wants to be the good guy, pretty much anyone like that. He doesn't have to be the word. I know. I don't remember that Yoda would say something about the word, but like an actual word. Are you talking about the expanded universe? This is really confusing. Anyway, the Force rejects the material world of things, which yes, Yoda did say that. Yoda does mention that he goes beyond the physical world. That's true. That's actually true that he did say that in one of the original films. He didn't say that in the sequel trilogy nor the prequel trilogy, but yes, he did say that in the original films. That is true, but okay. Of course, it would vary from character to character. So there are Jedi characters who don't mind owning something. A lot of Jedi characters don't have stuff, but some Jedi characters would have stuff, assuming that they're written such a way. So okay, the description of Yoda's version of the Force or whatever, like his description of the Force, that apparently this individual who wrote this article, he or she is confident that some people within the church will love the character Yoda, though I don't see how, but sure, because some religious people would say otherwise, which I did mention before, but whoever this he's referring to, and when I say he, the person who wrote the article, I want to say I'm referring to whoever he's referring to. He would crack on say that the idea of the forest is something that the church has addressed and corrected in the fourth century. Like, what are you talking about? Maybe he might be right, even saying that he is surprised that this ancient error is still around in 2015. That's when The Force Awakens was released, by the way. So, okay, this individual just keeps beating the head the Force, and he keeps mentioning this one individual that is of higher importance. But he just keeps going about the Force, and how somehow the Force could be used as a way to speak about Jesus, and how the way that Yoda described the Force Again, that was in the old movies, not in the new films, really. But okay, could be beneficiary to actually talk about Jesus because is the light. Jesus is the only path to salvation. How Jesus is the good guy. He's portrayed as the hero in a lot of these people's eyes. But again, what does any of this have to do with anything? I'm so confused here. But okay, yeah, and yes, there are some mistranslations in the Bible. There's some errors, there's some text errors in the Bible. That is true. That is in the Bible. Some Christians and some other people who believe in the gospel of Jesus Christ will accept the fact that that is a reality. Some other people won't really. So it kind of depends who you're talking about. The gospel of Jesus is not a form of secret knowledge, nor power, but love and truth for all human beings and creation. Okay, I still don't know what that has to do with Star Wars, but okay. In this light, the Orthodox Christianity has always held that matter and creation to always been good. The Orthodox Christianity strives to reveal the holiness of the material world and not reject it. Again, he's whoever wrote this is trying to make this reflect on what Yoda said, how the force is beyond the material world as a way to say something about Jesus, of course. Everything in the church today, from icons and licenses and whatever, evolves around this kind of a thing. And yes, referring to how like people could have statues of Jesus and how people could have like anything like paintings, carvings, pictures, you name it, like of Jesus. Though, what's the connection here? I don't know. As if to say that Jesus beyond that, you don't have to have material stuff of Jesus to worship him. I mean, okay, that's true. You don't have to have anything religious to worship Jesus. You don't necessarily have to. That's true. You can still believe in his teachings and not own anything related to Jesus. Okay. But again, what does any of this have to do with anything? I know this person is really trying to connect it through what the character Yoda said. I know that's like the individual's strong point. Really just want to really hammer in for this entire article. Really trying to beat your head with that. But again, that's said through the original films, not Force Awakens at all. That's not mentioned in the Force Awakens at all. And yeah, while the character Yoda does appear in the Star Wars sequel trilogy, but that's in the two other movies, The Last Jedi and the Rise of the Skywalker. He doesn't appear in the Force Awakens, so you getting all these movies out of order. I'm confused as to what's going on exactly. And this person keeps missing the whole thing with energy and whatnot. I'm just confused. Well, let me wrap it up here. But like I said, this individual keeps just beating our head with that on repeat with the whole thing, this mystic energy and whatnot. This force is beyond the physical realm of people and whatnot. So I'm just confused. I'm so confused with what's going on here. I feel like I'm in limbo. I just keep saying the same thing over and over again. Anyway, thanks for watching. See ya. Whatever.